There are different types you can use in TypeScript from basic to advanced. Later on, we're going to look at some advanced types, but let's start from some basic types. So like we already saw, you can have a string type, you can have a number type, you can have a boolean type. So here we have boolean. You can have a null type, and you can also have an undefined type. So I'm going to have undefined. You can also have an array type where you just use open and close square brackets, or instead of just having the array like this, you can specify what kind of types can be in this array. So if you should say string, then like this means an array of strings. And so in here we can have string 1, string 2. We can also come here and push string 3. We can also come here and have array 2, and instead we have number array. So here we can have 1, 2, 3, and then we can also come here to do array.push 4, 5, 6. But then if we should say array2.push, and let's say we push a string, if I should run this with TS node, the path for this is basic types / index.ts. We're going to have an error. The error says that argument of type string is not assignable to parameter of type number. We are trying to push a string here. So because we have declared our type here to be number, attempting to push a string is going to result in an error. Another way to declare an array is by using the array generic type. So we can say array3, and then we have the array generic type, and then we pass maybe an array of numbers or an array of strings. Now don't worry if you don't know what generic types are. We're going to look at that later on in this video. Another way you can type your variables is with tuples. So I can have a tuple here, and here I can have an array where I can say the first value in the array is a string and the second value in the array is a number, which means tuple has to be string number. If I try to add another value to this array, I'm going to get an error, and we can try that. So if I run this, we have an error. Type string number is not assignable to type string number. So this is string number, but our type says string number. So with tuples, you can specify the length of your array along with the types for each element. If we should also come here and try to do tuple, and we try to get something at the index of 2, we're also going to get an error because this tuple only has index for 0 and index for 1. You can also have object types. So for example, we can say let info, and then we're going to type this by saying the name should be string, the age should be string, and is logged in should be boolean. And now in this info, I can specify a name, I can specify an age, and I can specify is logged in to be a boolean. Now if I should make is logged in a string instead, if I come here again and run TS node, we're going to have an error, and this error says that type string is not assignable to type boolean. We are passing a string to is logged in, but is logged in is supposed to be a boolean. But this is going to work fine. And if I pass another property that is not expected in our type, then we're also going to get an error. So this is an object type, and you would see this used a lot. So for example, you can have a user object, a team object, an info object, various kind of object, and also various kind of types, as we'll be seeing in the rest of this video.